Hello, everyone. I am so excited that today we are going to take a moment and get to know Hannah Benedict better. Wanted to give you more information about who we are and why we do what we do in our backgrounds so that we can connect with you more as a community. So I'm super excited. Hannah is a good friend of mine and one of the wisest people I know in life in general and has extreme
Blessing.
with everyone. So welcome, Hannah.
Hello.
Okay. Um, Tell us a little bit about your background.
Yeah. When I was young, I wanted to be a teacher. And from like when I was like 10. Loved kids, loved being around them, and just started to notice that like, man, I can communicate with kids and it's easy for me. Like I get it. So I did a lot of babysitting and all this stuff. And so went to college and of course went and got my, did all my schooling for being a teacher and graduated and taught kindergarten for a lot of years until I had my own kids. And around that time, as I was teaching kindergarten, I noticed like, this is great. Like I enjoy teaching, but I'm really drawn to these kiddos that are kind of out of control in the classroom, who maybe sometimes are just really challenged. And man, I like can get through to them. I'd have just kiddos that, you get the like, watch out for that one. And would sit down and, I'd sit and have lunch with them. And really develop a relationship with them and started to see some changes. So taught and then had my kids and stopped teaching for a while, but just started to really think about like, when I go back, I really think I want to do something different than teach. I think I want to work with kids though and their families, but in a way that, when I have a kid in my classroom, it's 1 year. But if I have a kid in my life, like if I can impact the family and give them tools and things like that to be successful and really help that kid, then maybe that impact could be a lifetime of change. And so started to do some, just research and learning, like what other options are there out there. Thought about counseling but came across something one day, a parent coach, and I was like, oh, I know, look into that. Found out that, man, that fits a lot with what I want to do, work with families, work with parents to really equip them and support them to be the best parents that they can be. So started doing that. Once my kids got older, I went back and started back teaching again in early childhood and stuff like that. And enjoyed it and realized that, man, to really be effective as a parent coach and to really meet like families on a larger scale, I needed to go get my master's in counseling. And so I did it. I put myself through school and did it. And I sat in my very first play therapy class and my worlds collided. And I went, oh, this is how kids can heal. Yeah. Like that they can share what is going on inside of them and they can heal. Every single time I sit down with a kiddo who's hurting, who has something, and we start to sit and play, and I get to hold that space for them in very much a similar way of just sitting there and holding who they are and allowing them to tell me what they need to tell through play, through whatever that might be. I'm amazed at just how it works. So
the perfect person for it. Like all of your past experiences and your gifts and your abilities meet you in that exact moment.
Well, like I said, I literally sat there and it was one of those moments, like I can picture being in that place and going, oh, this is why that journey, this is like, I understand this in a way that's so different than had I come directly at it from, like undergrad, which there is that too, and you grow within the profession, but
Absolutely.
there was something in me that I could take all of my experience and go, this makes sense to me. I know why this works and I understand how this can help.
I love it. So
Yeah.
outside of ACT parenting, tell us what you do.
So other than ACT parenting, is that what you said? Yeah. So other than ACT parenting, I am a counselor and a coach. So I work with families in the Portland area, Oregon, as a counselor, one-on-one. Right now, of course, it's all telehealth, but I do that. And then I work as a coach, a parent coach, with families, and I can work with anybody in any state in that role. So the difference between coaching and counseling, that's a big question that I get, like, what's the difference? When I work with you as a counselor, we're going to unpack not only like the things that brought you to this point. So oftentimes, it's figuring out like what's going on inside that's maybe contributing to these behaviors. As a coach, I'm going to come and say like, hey, either you're already at a spot where you've got enough space in your life to or tools to say we're good, like we're doing okay, but we need more. Or you've worked with a counselor or are working with a counselor and you're saying, wow, I'm seeing some growth and change in my kids and we need help to know how to continue to support them in that. So sometimes it's people coming in and saying like, hey, we just got a new diagnosis, especially like with like a learning challenge, ADHD, even autism. And you're like, we as parents need help. So how do I help you there? But yeah, and then like I said, in the Portland area here, people can come see me, not only with kids, but I see adults as well.
I love it. What's the best parenting advice you've ever been given?
I really is letting go of my expectations. And
That's so good.
It's hard, but it's so good. And in that, it's, one of the things that we do, like talk about a lot in my family is agreements versus expectations. Because part of letting go of my expectations doesn't mean that I'm just like, well, anything flies and anything goes and whatever, and the house looks like a mess because I have no expectations. No, I still have, there's still things that need to happen, but like, how do I have an agreement with you so that both of us are heard, and both of us can communicate what we need? Does it go well all the time? No, but it's that place that we come back to constantly, and expectations of like, maybe I have an expectation of what my child will be like or what they should do, and stepping back and accepting them and loving them for who they are in that moment. And that's easy when they have a lot of similarities to you and your personality. And it's really challenging when they have things that are very opposite of you. Or maybe they are so similar that there is opposition created by those. But it feels like the right place to come back to at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Okay, tell me 3 things that are unique to who you are.
Yeah. That's a great question. So I, something unique about me is I don't sit still well. People who know me know that I'm constantly on the move. So it's usually something outside. We like hike, mountain bike, ski, run, all of that kind of stuff. I love it. Paddle, like you name it, I'll do it. I love it. Something else unique about me is I love to bake, and I'm known for being able to make some pretty healthy things that actually taste pretty good.
Very good baker, yes.
So I made some brownies the other day, and my son said, "These are amazing, Mom. Do not tell me what is in them because then I won't like them." But he paid a great compliment saying that he felt like they taste like something that you would get out of a brownie, like a mix box or whatever. So I'm known for that. And I think that it takes a lot to ruffle my feathers. Like I've got a pretty calm and easygoing personality. And I think that people would say that about me.
I love that. Okay, current favorite books or podcasts that you're listening to?
Yes. My favorite book. So one book and podcast that I listen to that I just really enjoy a lot is called The Next Right Thing by Emily P. Freeman. And I know that both of us love this. We talk about it often.
Yes.
What I appreciate so much about the book, as well as her weekly podcast, is just coming back to what is that next right thing in front of you. And so I just appreciate that so much. But I read for fun a lot. That is something that I love to do. It's kind of my escape. So fun books. I just read all of Jenny Colgan, I think is her name, all of her books, and they're just delightful. They are fun, easy reads, and they have recipes in them. And she talks about baking and all sorts of things. So they were a great little escape in the day.
I love it. Okay, if people want to know more about you and the work you do, how can they find you?
Yeah, so you can find me at my website, which is super easy. It's just hannahbenedict.com. And on there is a contact place, or if you just want to email me, it's just info@hannahbenedict.com.
And we're so thankful for you and all that you bring to ACT Parenting, and just love seeing how all your gifts and past experiences have brought you to this point.
Thank you. I enjoy doing this with you.
Next week, you'll learn a little bit more about me, but feel free to reach out to Hannah, go to her website, send her an email, and learn more about the work that she's doing.
Yeah,